Hey everybody, welcome to Chapter 6 of the Heroes and Generals Flying Tutorial. I'm Old Man Smithers, and today we're going to be flying with APCR. We're going to be doing a dogfighting mission. Now, I got a lot of feedback from the HE one, and as I expected, there was a lot of pokes and prods, all in good fun for the most part, about, oh, HE is so cheesy. A lot of the veteran pilots don't like HE because you saw in that last mission how easy it was to shoot people out of the cockpits with HE. So, we're going to be doing APCR this time. However, I'm sitting there doing mission after mission, trying to get a no fog, not at night mission where you guys can actually see what's going on while I'll be narrating it. And I ran into a match with four good German pilots. I've flown against them before. At least three of those pilots like to fly with each other a lot, so that they know each other and they work well together. And here I am flying into this with APCR, and all of them have HE. I die a lot. So it was actually a really good match to record for this, just because of the fact that it sort of emphasizes the fact that if you fly APCR against good pilots that are running HE, you're at a disadvantage. Not to say you can't win. I think I held myself to a very good standard in this one, and we actually ended up closing the line, or our ground forces ended up closing the line. So we had air domination at the end of it. But just know that you're probably going to be at a disadvantage, and you can see that here. You'll see me die a lot, so I'm sure some of you are looking forward to that. So with all of that out of the way, let's get to it.
Make the ground shake.
Alright, we're going to be doing this all in one shot again, hopefully. You can see this is Max Gravity. He's my APCR guy. I've already checked the roster. I've noticed that there's a couple of guys in here already that I've flown against in the past. So you'll see my playstyle being a little bit different, a little bit more aggressive, just because I want to hurry up and get them out of the way. I'm looking around for them because the difference between flying against, beginner pilots and good pilots, the good pilots basically follow what I was talking about before. They immediately go after the planes. They're here for the dogfighting. So as you can see right there, I went after the lead plane instead of the rear plane because of that. With APCR, whenever I'm flying against HE pilots, I know I'm at a disadvantage, so I just try and get that one-for-one plane. That's my bar. I don't care about how many planes per clip I kill, just mainly because I don't live long enough to have a full clip if I'm outnumbered 4-1 and I'm running APCR. So what I want to do is just kill one plane for every one plane I have. That way we run out of planes about the same time. If I can kill more than that, awesome. So right now, you can notice that they shot me down almost immediately. So that was one plane in their favor. I just shot down one of theirs, so that's one plane. We're even back up again. I'm going after this other guy. Like I said, I'm being much more aggressive. They shot me down again. And this is... he ended up crashing into my plane because he was following me too close. So we're down 2. I'm down 2 planes. He's down 2 planes. The other team is down 2 planes. And this is how it goes with APCR against good pilots. This is how it goes in any match against good pilots. It comes down to attrition. You want to run that air AT down. So I don't really care too much about the KDR. I die more than I like to in this kind of situation. But as long as I can keep their planes positive, I'm happy. So I duck down real quick because I know they're actively hunting me. And I see this guy. I'm going to go up there. My aim is atrocious, and I don't know what's going on here. But I'm shooting him. I finally get a line on him. He's on fire. 3 planes. So 3-2 right now in our favor. I'm flying by myself, which is kind of a good thing in this case. Because I don't want somebody else using up the planes. And that sounds like such a dick thing, but whenever it comes time like this, I have to think about it. Now, I was looping around, and I just saw... somebody else get in a plane. I'm hoping it's a good wingman. It's not a beginner, because if it's a beginner, he's going to get eaten alive with these guys. They're just too good. I'm playing round-to-round games with this guy. I finally say, screw it. I go down low, and I get through the trees here. The reason I don't want to hang out with him is because his other friends, whenever they come in, like that guy just came in over there, they're gonna come and get me. One keeps you busy, while the others are basically waiting for their shot. And that's how a good team works together. They cover each other. It's rare on the U.S. side. Germans actually have some good side. That's another one. So now it's 4-2 in our favor. Of course, with our wingman there, that's going to kind of screw things up. So I'm trying to go and save him. Wingman down. Now it's 4-3. Still in our favor, but we're starting to lose planes now. So now I'm after this guy. All right, I see I'm taking fire from above, so I go down a little bit lower. I'm just trying to get underneath him. Luckily, we did get underneath him. I loop back around. I'm looking for that other guy. Okay, now 3 of the 4 are on me. This is not a good situation to find myself in, especially whenever all it takes for them is just that one little window of opportunity, and they're going to get me in the cockpit. So right now what I'm doing is I'm maneuvering as fast as I can. I'm trying to keep those other 2 off of me. I'm clinging away whenever I have a target of opportunity. I'm just trying to put rounds into targets because, again, it's attrition. So still got 3 of them. See how one goes out wide and then the other comes back around? They are actively working together. That's a good thing. That's what you want to do in a pilot. I'm trying to save my friend here. I end up getting shot out of the cockpit myself. So, crap, for lack of a stronger term. Now we're down 4-4, and my teammate, I don't really give him much chance to survive by himself, so we're probably down 5-4 in their favor this time. This is not a good thing. So this is what I'm telling him. I'm telling go easy on the planes. I always feel bad about doing this because it's not like I want to say, oh, you can't fly, because people can do whatever the heck they want. They're playing the game too. But at the same time, if you're not careful, you run out of planes on your end, and after that, we're screwed. So luckily, he's still up. You see that over there? So he's doing good. Just shot down a plane. Now we're 5-5 together. I think he got shot down, maybe. I don't know, but they left him alone. I think he bailed out. Yeah, he did. So now we're 6-5, or 6-6 if he got shot down. So we're still even up. So yeah, this is the problem with APCR though. Another issue with APCR is like this guy's trying to get fancy. He ends up hitting the water and sinking. So I drop a bomb on him just because I'm a dick like that. And it's Bill and Parade. Bill and Parade's a really good pilot on the German side. I've flown against him many a time, and he usually has 2 or 3 friends, which is the people that I'm flying against here. But APCR, whenever you shoot him down, you get more experience for the kill on the plane than you do on the pilot, because on the HE you only get 5 experience, right? If you shoot a plane down with APCR and you destroy it, you get 20 experience. However, the pilots bail. At least the good pilots won't, because they want to get back up in the air, but most of your pilots will bail. The problem with that is it screws you up, because in HE, if I kill somebody, I know in about 15 seconds they're going to come back in. So if you're flying against 4 planes, you can sort of stagger the spawns, So you kill somebody 15 seconds, you got 15 seconds to kill somebody else, otherwise you're going to be on 4-1. We just killed another one that's 7. Killed another one that's 8. With APCR, they bail, and you don't know when they're going to come in, so it's very easy to get caught by surprise whenever you're doing it. I'm coming around. I don't think he's got a shot on me, and he does, and it's Bill on Parade. I had 8 APCRs left anyway, so chances are good that he would have had me anyway, just because it would have taken too long for the reload. And HE, again, much better on ammo conservation than APCR. You just use more APCR, especially if my aim sucks as bad as it did this round. So, like I was saying though, you know when they're going to spawn with HE. You don't know when they're going to spawn with APCR, because they could be running on the ground. They could be on the ground for 5 minutes, and then all of a sudden they'll spawn right when you're not expecting them, and you're fighting 4 planes instead of 3. So it's one of those things where you always have to keep an eye out whenever you're flying APCR. All right, so we're shooting another one down. It's 9, I think. I could be off on the numbers. I don't know. Unlike HE, if you'll see the KDR, my KDR sucks on this one. Just because of the fact that you don't kill the pilots, you kill the plane. You can see Bill on Parade. Like I said, he's a good pilot. He wants to get back up in the air quick, so he rides that plane all the way to the ground. I knew one of their planes was on our paraplane instead of helping out his wingman like he should have been, so I was looking for him. I ended up finding him, and now I'm just quick little burst until I know for a fact I can get that long burst on him that'll end up killing him. So that's another one right there, and I think we're on 10 now. What ended up happening here, I drop a bomb on him just because I want him to respawn. I want to get him back up in the air again. I'm looking around. They don't spawn. Notice my KDR is 5.4. That's horrible, but that's APCR. Your KDR is going to suck. They don't spawn, and what ended up happening was our team closed out the line. So we only ended up killing 10 of their planes, 11 of their planes. I don't know what it was, but I'm looking around. I don't realize this at first. I'm just looking around. While I'm waiting, I'm going to take out their paraplane. APCR is very good. I take a couple of shots. I look around for more fighters. Don't see them, so I go ahead and finish off the plane. But in the end, that line got closed. I'm checking. They still have planes up, but it's that line. So that line ended up getting closed, and they didn't end up spawning. They all left the game. So in the end, we were victorious here, but it was still a very hard fought match. And that's the fun part of APCR. It really stretches the skills. HE, don't get me wrong, HE is fun, but HE does have a certain amount of cheese to it. It's very quick, and at that point, it's good for your team. If it was in a war, I'd be using HE nonstop unless there were tanks in there, just because HE is quick, and at that point, then I can start supporting the ground effort. If I was in a one-on-one dogfight, which they don't have yet, but if they ever put that in where just one person can challenge one person to a dogfight, I'd probably go machine guns if the other guy was willing to go machine guns. That way you get the most out of the dogfight. If he wouldn't agree to that, though, my thing is APCR, because APCR is sort of like that's the bar. HE is easy. APCR is the bar. That's where the dogfighting comes into play. So when should you use APCR? You should use APCR whenever you have tanks on the field. It's very difficult to find that now with the new matchmaking. They took tanks and planes out of the same practice matches. You can still do it on war, but plane ATs are very rare, as I mentioned earlier. So you want to use APCR whenever you have tanks on the field. A good thing to do with that is APCR will tear up tanks. And you get mad experience for killing a tank with APCR instead of bombs. So you get like 150 experience for killing a tank with APCR. It's a lot of experience, guys. So what you can do is you can drop a bomb on the tank and then loop back around, finish him off with APCR. You won't get the full amount of experience, but you'll get more than you just drop bombs, and you get to conserve bombs that way. So now you can take out like 5 tanks with your 5 bombs by just dropping one bomb, loop around, APCR it. Drop another bomb, loop around, APCR the next one. It's a good way of conserving bombs. And my computer hates me. It went into power save mode again. So we were just talking about bomb conservation. The next thing is aim for the plane's engines. There's no scientific evidence behind this one. It would work in real life, but I didn't know it was a mechanic in the game. But from what I've seen, if you aim at the plane's engines with APCR, whether that be a 109, a P-38, or the paraplanes, they go down faster. And with APCR, you saw the paraplane there. It goes down very quickly. It goes down even faster if you hit the engines on that one. Like I said, no scientific evidence for this, but it's just something that I found, and it seems to work for me. And it gives you a little bit something more to aim at, Turn off smoke in your settings if you want to. You'll notice that whenever I was flying earlier and I was behind the guy and I started shooting him, he started spitting out smoke and all of that, and I could barely see him. I like that. I think it's realistic, just like the smoke and the oil from a plane that's damaged, blinding you. Whenever you're first starting off, you might want to turn that off. Some pilots fly with it turned off. And I believe that's the HDR setting. It's in your graphics settings. Whenever you hit escape and then just go to graphics. You can find it pretty easily there. So up to you. Just one of those things to think about. Finally, understand that you're at a disadvantage. You saw how that goes whenever you're flying against good pilots with HE. Know that you're walking in at a disadvantage. It's perfectly cool, and you can see that it's still possible to rock the skies with APCR. It's a little bit more of a challenge. If I had my choice, everybody should be running around with just machine guns, for dogfighting. But unfortunately, nobody listens to me on this one. So APCR, if you're going to walk into a match with good HE pilots, just know that chances are you're going to be at a disadvantage just because all they need is that one little window shot, whereas for you it takes a second or two. But that second or two in a good dogfight might feel like minutes. I mean, there's a lot that can happen in a few seconds in a dogfight. So for the don'ts, be conservative with APCR. Don't be conservative with APCR. You'll notice that I was just hitting those 1 or 2 shots at a time. That's habit. But with APCR, chances are you're going to get hit a lot more just because it takes you longer to shoot. So you need to be a little bit more aggressive with it. Don't stay on a plane too long if you're outnumbered, unless you're guaranteed the kill. Like you saw earlier, when I had 3 planes on me, I was sitting there, I was just taking a shot at one plane, looping back around to keep the other 2 off of me, and then I was taking a shot at the other plane until I had the kill shot, and then I would stay on a plane just long enough and then break off and immediately, hopefully survive long enough to go after another one. Turn your cockpit towards the planes. Don't turn your cockpit towards the planes. That's old advice from the HE. It still stands here, especially if you're flying APCR, because you're going to get hit more often. It's just a fact of life. You will have more enemy planes up in the air to deal with at one time than if you were flying HE, just because it takes you a little bit longer to kill those. And then don't bring APCR to an outnumbered dogfight unless you enjoy the challenge. This is personal opinion only. I really like it. It's fun. There are times whenever I'm flying HE and then I want to swap over, so I swap pilots just to APCR to give more of a challenge. it's up to you. I would not recommend starting pilots going APCR. It is what it is. I know others will disagree with me on that. That's cool that they have their opinions. I have mine. But if you start off as APCR, you're at a disadvantage, and it doesn't make you hone your aim as good as the HE does. HE, you need to hit the cockpit. I mean, otherwise you're basically wasting rounds. So I like that for beginning pilots because it sort of forces them to concentrate on what they need to hit. APCR, you can hit the whole plane if you want to, and it damages the plane quite a bit. It's the sloppier method, but it does take longer, and therefore against good pilots, you will find it more of a challenge with APCR than HE. So take this advice for what it's worth. This is just, Smithers' idea of how dogfighting should be. If you find something else that works, more power to you. I'm getting a lot of good feedback in the YouTube channel from other pilots. They're saying this works for me. Or I had a guy that popped in and said, hey, your bombing video was great, but I bomb in third person. I'd never even heard that before. I didn't even know it was possible, although I can't see why it would be or wouldn't be. So you learn something new every day. I'm learning a lot from this. I hope you are too. So we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here because we're running over. Of course, everything takes longer with APCR anyway, right? So I should have expected it. The next video is just going to be little tips and tricks. And after that, we are done, ladies and gentlemen. So I hope you found this useful. Go ahead and leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. If you got any other questions, feel free to ask them. I'm always happy to answer. So I'll see you in the skies. Oh, you like video games? I like video games too. In fact, I like making videos of video games. So if you like what you saw here and you want to see more of it, go ahead and hit subscribe to the YouTube channel. You can also catch me on Facebook, Twitter, or oldmansmithersgaming.com, all of which will let you know whenever I'm online and streaming. Also, make sure you check out some of the videos that we have here. We have other tutorials, we have some Let's Plays. It's just all about having fun. So appreciate y'all joining me. Hope to see you around.